what made you join Crew when looking through all of the other CCAs? Especially because, well, there's like at least three or four other campus ministries, as far as I know, across the universities we attend. So maybe, JL, you can answer first. What made you join Crew?
Okay, hi. So actually, I did think of joining a club during my freshman year, but I didn't really know what. But then came along like my poly best friend who was in NTU crew before I went into NTU. So she played a big role in encouraging me to join crew. So she asked, before uni started, she sent me a link to crew stayover. Yeah, and I signed up for it. So it was really at crew stayovers that okay. So actually, I think like last Wednesday or Tuesday, we had a DG Light meeting, so it's like a meeting for like the spiritual mentors, like the one that will be leading the small groups in crew. And Matthew, I think it was Matthew who said that like it's really like the people who ultimately like make like helps you decide which like Christian CCA club you would want to choose. So during crew stayover, right, I think like, I really see is that it's really the people in the camp that I met that made me stay. Yeah, ultimately. So it's like really, like on top of making me feel like welcome and like part of the family, I also see like the work that they put into the camp, like how they run the camp, and like I see that the way they just have fun with each other, like playing like board games till like very very late, like yeah, and then like just really fellowshipping together and how they work together. Just really like then I knew that like like it's a community that I want to be a part of. Like I really enjoy myself with these people. I really click with these people. So yeah, so that like ultimately like made me choose like crew. Yeah.
That's great. All right, thanks. Evie, how about you? How did you end up joining Crew?
Mm, yeah, I think um yeah, so like when I entered uni, I guess I was aware that it was gonna be a difficult like 4 years, and I didn't really know I didn't know of anyone who any seniors who have been through SMU, and I I guess I didn't really know what to expect. But one thing I really desired was to have like a God-centered community at SMU, and at that time I was still I mean even now I'm still growing as a follower of Christ, and I knew that it was so important to have this God-centered community that can just keep you grounded, to keep you accountable, and that will constantly be pointing you back to God. And so I joined crew camp, and uh, I just felt like that crew stood for being they place more emphasis on this like community aspect, and it was just so encouraging to see individuals who are pursuing after God just coming together and forming this community, and to like spur one another on, to sharpening iron. And yeah, I just felt God's assurance that this is the CCA that He wanted me to join.
Wow, okay, so there seems to be a little bit of a trend forming. Community. Well, that's interesting. Well, okay, Gerald, how about you? What made you join Crew?
Yeah, so I actually joined Crew at that point of time. It was called Campus Crusade for Christ. When I was 17 years old in Nia Poly, so Poly year one. Basically, what happened was that my sister, who was the president for NUS Crew at that point of time, she just tell me, "Hey, just join this CCA lah." Then I'm like, "Oh, okay lor." So there's the CCA fair and that kind of thing. So I went to see. Then I saw Campus Crusade for Christ, and on that day, I saw one of my friends that I work part-time together with. I was like, "Hey, dude, what are you doing here?" And it's like, "Oh, I'm in this CCA." And I was like, "Which CCA?" Campus Crusade for Christ. I'm like, "Oh, I'm actually looking for that CCA." Yeah, so after that, I joined that CCA. But of course, I joined Christian Fellowship also, and Navigators also. Yeah, so in the first year, I joined all three. And after first year, all three of them asked me to join the Exco. Yeah, but of course, I mean, I cannot join all three, right? So I had to choose one. So why did I choose to join Crew? For myself, I realized that I like God's word. I like to read God's word. I like to study His word and memorize Bible verses. But one thing that was really lacking in my life was, how do I share the love of Christ to other people? I realized I was very, very weak in that. I didn't know how to talk to my friends or even my family members that don't know about Christ yet. How do I get to talk to them about spiritual conversations? What is their belief? What do they think their purpose in life is? Yeah, and then so I decided to join Campus Crusade or Cru. And over the years, they grind you, they teach you very basic steps on how to share your faith. Yeah, and it was Dr. Bill Bright, the founder of Campus Crusade for Christ. It was his motto that really resonated with me. He says, "Win the campus today and win the world tomorrow." I thought that was amazing, because if if each Christian goes out and share the love of Jesus Christ on campus, right? Who knows, if all the campuses of Singapore can do that, right? Maybe one day Singapore will be a nation that really fears God. And I thought that was very, very idealistic of him, and I decided to join Cru because of the ideal that I wanted to have. Yeah. But basically, personally, it was just to learn how to share the love of Christ to others. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.